Welcome back to the Vocal Troubleshooter. Today we're going to talk about stage fright. How do you overcome this feeling of overwhelming dread and performance anxiety? Fear, stage fright. Fear of performing publicly is one of the biggest fears that people report. People report fear of public speaking or public performance to be a greater fear for them, even beyond over their fear of death. So, people would rather die than have to perform publicly. A lot of people feel that way. So it's normal. It's a very normal concern and fear for people to have. But there is a difference between feeling a sense of apprehension and nervousness about performing in front of an audience and stage fright. Stage fright is something that may actually physically stop you from being able to perform or be so extreme that it sends you reeling into a panic. So we're going to talk about both of those things today. So the normal fear or nervousness that people feel about performing publicly typically is rooted in a lack of preparation, of being adequately prepared for the task. So no one wants to be publicly embarrassed, right? So if you're not prepared, there's a good chance that you may stumble or do something that shows that you're doing less than a stellar job at this. All right, so what that means is that you want to be prepared before you go out. This is going to give you a level of confidence about what's going to happen when you open your mouth. You want to be sure that you have prepared the songs properly, meaning that you've rehearsed them vocally, and you've rehearsed them with the instrumentation. You've either rehearsed it with the band or whoever is going to accompany you, or that you have rehearsed it along with your tracks, or however you're going to do this. And this will include not just the song, but your stage patter, what you're going to say on stage, so that you can appear comfortable and relaxed and not trying to wing it while you're up there trying to imagine what to say to an audience. You want to make sure you know the lyrics to the song. Imagine singing along and suddenly forgetting the lyrics to the song. You want to be sure that you are adequately warmed up, that you know that you're going to be able to hit those high notes, that you're going to be able to really sound good on this song, that you've rehearsed and practiced the song. You know it's a song that you know well, you sound good on, you're warmed up enough, you've rehearsed along with the instrumentation or the band, and that you're really prepared to do a good job. The last thing you're interested in is opening your mouth and being surprised by what's going to come out, because that lack of certainty before you begin is what's going to make you nervous, and that makes perfect sense that you would be nervous if you're unprepared. So adequate preparation, really solid preparation before your performance, knowing that someone could wake you up out of a dead sleep and say, sing this song for me, and you could jump up and sing the song. If it's that solid, then you know that you're ready to perform it, and whatever happens, happens, and you'll be able to deal with it. Because none of us is perfect, right? And that's fine. But that's dealing with general nervousness as opposed to stage fright. So a lot of us would be surprised to find that many top-level performers suffer from stage fright. People that you would least believe or expect are suffering from stage fright too. It's something that many people feel embarrassed about and suffer silently. Even people closest to them may not be aware that they are suffering from this extreme dread and panic at performance. There are some people who are well known for this. Barbara Streisand and some other people are well known for their level of stage fright that they suffer from. And you would think to yourself, well, these people are amazing. These are top-level performers. What do they have to be nervous about? The nervousness does not come from their lack of ability or feel or a reality that they're incapable. It comes more likely from a belief that they're supposed to be perfect. Unlike a recording, a live performance is never going to be perfect. We are human beings, we're not machines. And, if the audience was interested in a perfect performance, they could stay home and listen to a recording, right? They don't need to come out and see a live performance. The live performance actually is filled with nuances that show vulnerability, that actually show our imperfections. And that's the thing that makes an audience connect to us. So allowing yourself to be vulnerable and accepting that that vulnerability is something that the audience actually is going to embrace is going to allow you to overcome this sense of dread and panic that you may feel about performing that actually could stop you from performing. Stage fright is a physical reaction. It will cause your heart to race. You may hyperventilate. Your throat may close. You could lose your voice completely. You could lose your vision. It has some real physical reactions to it. So the first step is thinking about the way you're viewing performing to overcoming it. So we're going to talk about that. So number one is being prepared. We talked about that in terms of just general nervousness. The more prepared you are, the more solidly prepared you are, the less you're going to be fearful of your mistakes. And the more capable you will be of managing mistakes should they happen, which, once again, we're not machines, we're people, so mistakes are going to happen. And as they do, it's how you manage that mistake that matters. So the more prepared you are, the better you're going to be able to manage anything that may come up. Number two is think about your audience. Don't think about yourself. So rather than being self-focused and looking inward and thinking about your audience and how they're viewing you, think about your audience. View them as individuals rather than one big, giant, scary audience. See that these are people. They've come out to have a good time and they've come out to see you and they're excited about this. So start thinking about giving them the gift of this performance, each individual, rather than this big, scary group of people. Visualize your performance ahead of time. See yourself in a movie. Run this little movie in your mind and see yourself on stage, moving around the stage, being comfortable, doing an awesome job, sounding amazing, thrilling your audience. And don't run any fearful movies in your mind. Just run these movies of you doing an incredible job and making the audience, really thrilled. Move around the stage. When you stand in one place and you allow yourself to get frozen in that place, it allows that fear to really take hold of you and not move through your body. So as you move around the stage, you can let go of some of that nervous energy. Use it. Dance, move, walk the stage, but move around. Don't stand in one spot. That will help you release some of the nervous energy. Be sure that you take good care of yourself. You want to be healthy. Make sure that you have adequate sleep, that you've had adequate water intake, that you're eating properly. Try to avoid stimulants. Whether that's coffee and caffeine or alcohol. You want to try to avoid things that are going to make this nervousness worse or have you lose control over your faculties, right? So taking good care of yourself, exercise, stay in a healthy place physically, and that will help you better manage all of this. All right, so lastly is a very easy little approach, and that is to reframe the emotions you're feeling from fear to excitement, and view that as the adrenaline of excitement pumping through your body. That this adrenaline that you're viewing as fear and dread could really be just a level of excitement that's difficult for you to contain. And if you start to view it as your excitement, your eagerness to get out there and do it and have this great performance and great time, it can really help you in terms of the lens that you're seeing this through and the way you feel about it. So hopefully this will prevent you from nausea and vomiting and losing your vision and your voice and your heart racing. And please comment and let me know how you're making out with this. Don't be afraid. Go ahead, comment. And like it and share it. And please subscribe to the channel as well as join us on Facebook and visit us on our blog page. We'll see you next time.